This is KG Misra. I'm here again with the next part of the solutions of the chapter motion of class 9. Okay, in that one we have done till second part of question number 6 only. Okay, that is A and B, and C and D part will begin in this one, in this video. Okay, so take care of yourself, remain fit and fine with your family, and keep on studying. Okay. See, question number 6. This graph is given. We have discussed already, okay, two parts. Now see, third part, you can see how far has C traveled when B passes A. You can see where B is passing A. Okay, corresponding to that, you will find the C is almost, it has covered how much? 8 meter distance. Okay, how can you see it? See, you can see it. See where this is crossing. Who is crossing? A is crossing B. Okay, so you'll find this is A. Okay, and this is B. They are where they are crossing A and B. This is B, no? So actually this is A and B, they are crossing here. By this time C is here. So this is almost how much it has covered? 8 meter distance. Okay, so the answer of third part is 8 meter. Now for fourth part, you can see between 8 and between 12. Okay, actually the question is that how far has B traveled by the time it passes C. So this is B, this line, and when it is passing C, C is which line? C is this line. When it is passing C, no, B is passing C, then how much distance it has traveled? That is the question. See, for answering the last part of the question, that when B is crossing C, how far it has traveled. Okay, for that we have to see that what is the value of one small line. You can see between 0 and 4 how many lines are there? 7 lines. From 4 to 8 how many lines are there? 7. From 8 to 12 how many lines are there? 7. Okay, now see, when B is crossing C, you can check where it is crossing over here, and there you can find it is how much? 3 lines more than 4. Okay, it is 3 lines more than 4, so we need to find out the value of that. Okay, so according to the graph you have seen that no 7 lines correspond to 4 kilometer. So one line on y-axis corresponds to 4 by 7 kilometer. So how many lines are there? 3 more lines are there after 4. So 3 line corresponds to 4 by 7 into 3. That is 4 3 are 12 by 7 kilometer. Sorry, 12 by 7 kilometer. You can divide it. How what you will get? 7 1 is 7. Subtract 7 out of it. You will get 5. Put the decimal. You will get 0, 50. 7 7 is 49. So 1.7 kilometer approximately. Okay. Now by the time B has crossed C, it has traveled how much? It is at the position just 3 lines more than 4. Okay, so when it is at 3 lines more than 4, then we can write 4 plus 3, value of 3 lines is 1.7. So 4 plus 1.7, that is how much? 5.7 kilometer mark. Okay, okay. As the B has started from origin, so what is the distance it has traveled? It has traveled 5.7 kilometer before crossing the C. Okay, so 6th question is over. Now we will go to the question number 7. Okay, see, in question number 7 what is there? A ball is there which is at a height of 20 meter. Okay, and from there it is being dropped. See, when you are dropping anything, what is the velocity of that body? It is at rest, no? So initial velocity is 0. And with what acceleration it is going to fall? It is stated in the question that it is going to fall with a constant acceleration of 10 meter per second square. Okay, now the question is that when it is going to strike the ground, then what will be its final velocity? First part of the question. Second part, how much time it will take to reach to the ground or hit the ground? Okay, so time and this final velocity we have to find out. Okay, so in order to find the final velocity, okay, which formula we can use? Just let's think. Okay, see here. Okay, so we can use this formula: v square is equals to v square plus 2as. Why? Because we have to find out v. U is given, a is given, s is given. So only one thing is unknown, so we can use this equation. Put the value of u, that is 0. 2 is as it is, a it is 10, s it is given 20. Okay, so this is 0. Okay, 2 into 10 is 20, 20 into 20 is 400. V square is 400. So what is the value of V? Take square root of the root of this, you will get 20 meter per second. So it is going to strike the earth or the ground with the speed of 20 meter per second. Now the second part, how much time it will take to come to the ground? I think you have noted this. I'm going to remove. Okay, but remember this final velocity, we are going to use it in the next part. So what we will do, see, final velocity is known 20 meter per second. Okay, I'm writing here so that you can remember. Now we know that V is equals to U plus AT. Okay, so what will happen? V is how much? It is 20. U is how much? It is 0. A is how much? It is 10. And time we don't know. So can we write 20 is equals to 10t? Or t is equals to 20 by 10. What you will get? You will get t is equals to 2 seconds. So how much time it is going to take? 2 seconds. Okay. In this way you can get the speed with which it is going to hit the ground as well as time which it is going to take to fall from that height to reach to the ground. Okay. See, this is in question number 8, this is graph is there. Okay, this is a speed time graph. Okay, what has been asked? First it has been asked that cover the area under the graph from 0 to 4 seconds. Okay, you have to set the area. So you have to set this so that you can do very easily. You can set this area with the help of draw this graph, and you can just set this area till 4 seconds like this. Okay, with the help of a pencil. And now what else they have asked? They have asked that, no, what is the distance traveled from 0 to 4 seconds? Okay, for that you have to go again, which you used to do in the earlier classes. See, in order to find the distance traveled in speed time graph, what we have to find out? We have to find out the area under the velocity time graph or speed time graph. So how to find the area? Again, you have to find the area by counting the number of squares. But before that, we must know the area of one square. Okay, so you can see along the x-axis how many boxes are there from 0 to 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 boxes are there. Okay, so 5 squares is equals to 2 second along x-axis. Okay, and along y-axis, how many boxes are there? How many squares are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 squares is equals to 2 meter per second. Okay, so let's find the area of 1 cube first. That is 1 square first. Okay, so along x-axis 5 squares is equals to 2 second. That's what we have seen in the graph. So 1 square will be how much? Equal to 2 by 5 second. Okay, now go to the x-axis. Along x-axis 3 squares equal to 2 meter per second. Okay, so 1 square is equals to how much? 2 by 3 meter per second. Now we need to find out the area. What is the formula of area of a square? It is length into width, but it is not a square. No, see, it is like something like rectangle we can say. So area of 1 square is equals to 2 by 5 into 2 by 3. Okay, so 2 by 5 into 2 by 3, what you will get? 2 to the 4, 5 to the 15. 4 by 15. Why I am writing meter, not meter square? We are finding area, no? No, but we know that area under the speed time graph is distance, and distance has got the unit meter. So if 1 square is falling under that graph, then how much distance the body has traveled? 4 by 15 meter. Okay. But when you count the number of squares under that graph, no, and if you take squares, 2 half squares, you can add them to make 1. So in this way we have counted this. Okay, and we have got approximately how many squares are there? 62 squares are falling under that graph. So total distance traveled is equals to 4 by 15. It is the distance traveled when 1 square is covered. But how many squares are there? 62 squares. So we will multiply this, and after multiplying we have to divide by 15. Okay, so we are getting 16.53 meter. Okay, in this way we can find out the distance traveled by the body from 0 to 4 seconds. Okay, see, last part of the question number 8 is that, no, which part of the graph represents the uniform motion? See, when we are talking about the uniform motion, no, then for that what should be there? bodies for graph should be parallel to time axis, okay, and it is, see, parallel to time axis around you can find this mm, just one line before the 6, okay. One line before the 6 means along in x axis one box is how much? It is, we know that 5 box is equals to 2 second, so one box is 2 by 5 second, okay. So 6 second before that one box before, okay, that means 6 minus 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is how much? 0.4. So that means you can say 0.4 second less than 6. 0.4 second less than 6 means 6 second minus 0.4, that is 5.6 second. So from 5.6 second onwards you will find this graph is parallel to time axis, and this represents that body is traveling with a uniform speed or uniform velocity, or it is having uniform motion, okay. In question number 9, 3 parts are there, okay, and it has been stated that no, you have to tell that these 3 situations are possible. If possible, then give the example, okay. Now let's see the first part. What the first part of the question says. It says that a body is having constant acceleration but its velocity is 0. Is it possible that a body have constant acceleration but velocity is 0? Just think. If you see according to the equation, no, what you'll find? A is equals to, see, A is equals to what? V minus U by T, okay. So if velocities are 0, then acceleration should be 0, but it is not like that, okay. See, we have to think practically. We have to give the example. See, when you throw something up, suppose I'm going to throw this. You can see this, okay. Suppose I'm going to throw this up. What will happen? It will go up, and then you can see for a moment it stops and then comes down. The moment it stops, okay, for a very small time, okay. At that point of time, what is its velocity? 0, because it has stopped. But still, its acceleration is downward, no? That's why it is pulling. Why this acceleration is downward? Because Earth is pulling it downward, okay? And that acceleration is how much? Approximately, you can take 10 meter per second square. Actually, it is exactly, we call it 9.8. We call it how much? 9.8 meter per second square. This acceleration is there due to the pull of the Earth, okay. So acceleration is there in the body, but still the body is at having 0 velocity, okay. So you can write the example for this. Yes, it is possible when a body is thrown in the upward direction and it is at its topmost position, then momentarily it comes to rest, so its velocity is 0. But at the same time, it is being pulled by the Earth, due to which it has an acceleration, constant acceleration of 9.8 meter per second square, okay. So this is the one example for the first one. Now the second one. See, is it possible that a body got acceleration but it is moving with uniform speed? Yes. How? Let me tell you. We have already discussed the circular motion, no? In circular motion, what I have told you? What is uniform circular motion? When a body is moving on a circular path with constant speed. Okay, so it is moving with constant speed, means uniform speed. Okay. But what happens to its direction? At every moment its direction is changing. At direction is changing, although speed is uniform. But what about velocity? Velocity is changing due to change in direction. And due to that, what happens? When velocity is changing, there will be acceleration. So it has got the acceleration, and I told you it is directed towards the center, and this acceleration is called centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration, okay. So acceleration is there and body is moving with uniform speed, okay. So example you can write, when a body is moving on a circular path, then circular path with uniform speed, okay, then due to change in its direction at every point, it has got acceleration, okay. Now let's go to the third part. What third part is saying? Third part is saying, is it possible that In one direction body is moving and it has got the acceleration in the perpendicular direction. Yes, it happens. It is possible. How? Either you can see here, it is moving along this direction. It has got velocity along this direction, no? But its acceleration is in this direction. Both are perpendicular. One more example I will like to give you. See, a plane is flying, no? It is flying in this direction. But due to gravity, its acceleration is how much? 9.8. I have just told you, 9.8 meter per second square downward. So you can see this angle between them is how much? 90 degree. Okay. So you can give this example. When a plane is flying in the sky, then it is moving in the forward direction, but its acceleration is downward direction. Okay. And both the directions make how much? Angle of 90 degree. Okay. In question number 10, it is given, no, a satellite is there. Satellite, you know, which revolves around the earth. Okay. Moon is a natural satellite and human beings are sending different satellites, no. ISRO, NASA, they all are sending satellites. They are saying that the radius of the orbit of the satellite, orbit means the path on which the satellite is revolving around the earth. The radius of its path is how much? It is this much. 42,250 kilometer. That is the radius of the path. Okay. Now they are asking that this satellite completes one complete revolution in how many hours? 24 hours. So what is this? This is the time period of the satellite, as we have already discussed. Okay. Time period is given, radius is given. We have to find out the speed of the satellite. Now see here. If this is the radius, then what is the total distance covered in one complete revolution? It is 2 pi r, the circumference. 2, value of pi is 3.14. R is this much. Okay. When we multiply, what we get? We get this much. 2,65,330 kilometer. Okay. Now we want to find out the speed. So speed is what? Distance traveled by time taken. Okay. Or I should write here capital T because time period is there. So what do we get? This value of distance, that is 2,65,330 upon 24. When you divide, what you get? You get this much. 11,055.4 kilometer per hour. Okay. In this way, we get the speed of the satellite. Okay. With this, that's all. Okay. We have solved all the questions of NCERT of class 9. Okay. In the next video, I will come with the next topics of next chapter. Okay. Of class 9. That is force and laws of motion. Till then, thank you and take care of yourself.